What's going on, everybody? This is Jacob Viral for a really quick video today, just for you guys to get some entertainment for anybody watching my second channel, Jacob Viral 2. Thanks for always watching. So today's video, I'm going to be doing a quick test with voltage difference and how it affects output. So I have my vehicle on. I just turned it on cold in the morning, so it's a little hot. It's normally around 14.4 hot, 14.8 warm or cold. So I'm going to do a test at 20 volume like I always do. So first, with the vehicle on, I'm going to do a couple of frequency sweeps or frequencies tests, and then I'm going to do it with the vehicle off. Kind of identify, hey, when this voltage falls, how does that affect my output? Obviously, the higher your voltage is on a cleaner signal, the more output you're going to get. That's on an obvious common sense scale, but on real world, when you guys are doing demos hard and your voltage starts dropping, or if you're metering and then you're doing like a 2-minute average on your system, so like my single 10-inch build, and let's say I was playing for 2 whole minutes and I started at 14.6, 14.8, and then by the time I did that 2-second average, 2-minute average, by the end of that I was at 13.1. So you'll notice a drop in output decibels just on voltage delay or voltage difference. And of course it also plays in a role with heat, how your subwoofers react to the pressure that's changed and altered. Temperatures updating because you got a lot more heat going into the coils as well as in your enclosure. And then you have a little bit less pressure containment in the vehicle from flex. So there's a lot of different variation to playing with that. All right, so I'll stop talking and get to the real thing like everybody's always watching. Appreciate y'all watching. Just do this stuff for fun. I do this for me to teach myself and to remind myself and learn. But along the way, I do videos just for other people to watch. So if y'all like it or not, there's things I'll do that are wrong, like this video could be wrong. But it's just entertainment. So, all right, let me turn my bass knob up all the way, volume 20, like I always do. All right, so we're gonna do, I know I peak around 42 hertz, so I'm gonna do a 42 hertz. Oh wait, I need to get to Bluetooth, sorry about that. Alright, so that's test number 1. That's 18.86 vehicle off. So there we go. Alright, so I turned the vehicle off. Of course, voltage doesn't drop immediately. You got a little bit of charge, but immediately I went from 14.8 to 13.4 just by having the vehicle go from on and off. So that's just because of the way the alternator works. It's getting some of it kind of supplies. I don't know how that works. You know, I don't want to say something I don't know. So I don't know how that works. How does it go from like 14.8 to 13.2 immediately? No idea. I'm not an electrical person, so I'm not going to explain that one. But that one's pretty interesting. It happens all the time, though. The moment you turn it off, it slowly discharges and goes back down. So I think it goes back to its resting rate within a couple hours or a 24-hour period, which is around 12.6, 12.8. All right, and my voltage meter is usually like a dB, 0.1 or 0.2 volts out, so it probably is like 13.2, 13.3 right now. All right, and like 15, 15.1 cold. I know it gets up to that. All right, so I had 18.86, and then we'll see what it does with the vehicle off. It shouldn't change more than 1/10, to be honest, but hey, just for fun, let's find out. Alright, so 18.36. I don't even remember the last number. I wasn't even thinking doing this. So let me see what the numbers were. Of course, y'all are watching, you know. So I went 18.86 to 18.36. And this is just amplifier output alteration between voltages. So amplifiers are normally rated at around 14.4. A good amp, if you have a good amp you buy and it says 12.6 rated, that's probably better because most of your amps are underrated, meaning 14.4 you're going to go higher than rated rate. Like if an amp's 2,000 watts, rated at 12.6 volts. So your 14.4 volt range, your 14 range, 14 volts power is going to be usually around like 5% more. So like a 2,000 watt amp could probably do like 2,300 watts in the mid 14s versus the 12 volt range. So that voltage range, the output changes because if you can see, Whoops, that was a picture of a box, sorry. For the guys still watching. Anyway, so the voltage, the output difference is because my volts went down slightly. So me going down a whole volt instantly dropped me almost half a dB. And that's not really real world because it's not full tilt or anything, but low volume, it's easier to show these results because the matter of how you're not strangling your electrical or getting any kind of heat buildup, and your subwoofer's fresh from both tests, so you don't have to worry about that high volume test. When the high volume test, the first results can always be better than second. That's just an initial test is normally always better. That's just with everything. All right, so 18.6, 18.3. So half a dB change for that test. So hope you guys learned something from this. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about this one. Voltage does really affect your output, as y'all just saw. I literally did nothing but turn my vehicle off, voltage went down. Output of the amplifier is what changes your output of your system. So if you're curious, well, why did it go down? That's because your voltage, as your voltage is higher, that affects the output of your amplifier. Your amplifier puts out so much watts RMS based on the voltage supply it gets at a certain ohm level. So that's why I did the same test at the same frequency. So that way there wasn't an ohm change or a box rise change, impedance change. It was all just voltage based. So thanks for watching. I'll see y'all next time.